Court is now in session for the trial of Oliver Pearson. Are the prosecution and the defense ready?
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Edgeworth, please present your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Mr. Oliver Pearson, was caught at the scene of the crime, stealing charity money from BBC Children in Need at the charity party at a warehouse at BBC Studio in London.
What?
My word! What a cruel thing to do! Children in Need is a charity to help those poor children with severe illnesses and infections.
Indeed, Your Honor. The prosecution has evidence that Oliver committed thievery. But first, we'd like the defendant himself to explain his side of the story.
Very well. Let the defendant take the stand.
State your name and occupation for the record.
My name is Oliver Pearson. I'm a volunteer on the railway.
Now, please testify about what happened at the time of the theft.
Oh, okay.
I know Oliver would never do anything like that. Just gotta hear what he has to say, and then I can get to the bottom of this case to find out who the true culprit is.
I was at the Children in Need party at the BBC warehouse. I was enjoying myself until I got thirsty and went to have a drink. When I drank my drink, I started to feel sleepy until I collapsed on the ground, fast asleep. When I woke up the next minute, I was holding the Children in Need charity box and the police came and arrested me.
A drink that makes people sleepy? That's something I've never heard of.
I know it sounds silly, but it's true.
Well, silly or not, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
I was at the Children in Need party at the BBC warehouse.
Hold it! What time did you go to the party?
Well, I left my house at 12:50 as it is a 10-minute cycle journey to the BBC warehouse, so I got there about 1 p.m.
According to the report, the time of the theft happened between 1 and 2 p.m. This does line up, but how did it really happen though? I'll look into that later. So what did you do at the Children in Need party?
I joined in the activities to give money to children in need and catching up with some friends.
Ooh, that sounds fun. If you don't mind, I'll be happy to join you for the party once the trial is over.
But first, if you don't mind, Your Honor, getting back to the case at hand.
Right. My apologies, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Wright, please continue.
Jeez, Edgeworth, don't be such a party pooper.
I was enjoying myself until I got thirsty and went to have a drink.
Hold it! How long have you been partying until then?
Well, I've been partying for 20 minutes, so if I remember correctly, I felt thirsty at 1:20 p.m.
I see. So what sort of drink did you have?
It was Vinto fruit squash. That's what they had at the party.
And what happened after you drank it?
When I drank my drink, I started to feel sleepy until I collapsed on the ground, fast asleep.
Hold it! You felt sleepy after drinking your squash?
Yes, I did.
Did you notice anyone putting something in your drink? Like a sleeping pill or something?
Objection!
A sleeping pill. Absolute poppycock. That's the daftest thing I ever heard, Wright.
Even so, but it can't be proven just yet. Now, any final statements, Mr. Pearson?
When I woke up the next minute, I was holding the Children in Need charity box and the police came and arrested me.
Hold it! You don't know how the charity box got into your hands?
No, I did not know how. I was asleep for 10 minutes and when I woke up, the charity box just appeared in my hands.
Did you notice anyone nearby when you're at the drink stand?
Yes, there was. I was chatting to him before I drank my drink. I recognise him anywhere. He goes by the name Elliot Robert Giles.
That would be our witness, who saw the defendant committed the crime. So, how about we conclude Wright's cross-examination and call our witness to testify to his side of the story?
Very well. The cross-examination shall conclude. Mr. Edgeworth, bring the witness to the stand at once.
State your name and occupation for the record.
My name is Elliot Robert Giles. I'm usually the victim of my brother Ben's pranks.
Mr. Giles, is it true that you saw Mr. Pearson steal the Children in Need charity box?
Yes, I did. Who else could have done such a thing?
No, I didn't. You're the one after the money.
Order! Order in the court! Will the defendant and witness please refrain from arguing from each other?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Now then, witness, please testify about your whereabouts at the time of the theft.
I was enjoying myself at the Children in Need party. I was chatting to Oliver about sports cars. After our chat, I instantly saw Oliver stealing the charity box. So I managed to knock him out and I went to report the theft to the police and they arrested him.
I never even did that sort of a thing.
Oh yes you did! I saw you!
Will you two just pack it in?
Jeez, these two do act like kids when they fight like that. But I've never expected Edgeworth to tell them off instead of the judge.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Wright, please begin your cross-examination.
I was enjoying myself at the Children in Need party.
Hold it! What time did you go to the party?
Well, I got there around 1:05 p.m.
Who else was with you at the party? Like a family member?
I was with my brother Ben as he drove us there.
I know Elliot has done some takeover videos with unsuccessful attempts to get even with his brother Ben for his pranks on him. But I'll get into something like that when the time comes. So what else did you do at the party?
I was chatting to Oliver about sports cars.
Hold it! What kind of sports cars were you two talking about?
Bugatti, Veyrons, Ferrari Enzo, you name it.
Reminds me of how close I was to getting a sports car at one time. So what happened after your chat with Oliver?
After our chat, I instantly saw Oliver stealing the charity box.
Objection! Mr. Giles, there's a contradiction in your testimony.
Wait, what?
Care to explain this contradiction, Mr. Wright?
Certainly, Your Honor. Elliot claims he saw Oliver stealing the Children in Need charity box after their chat. I find that odd because of what Oliver said.
This is getting boring. Can I just go home and play my games already?
I'm sorry, Mr. Giles, but no can do. You'll just have to wait and see what Mr. Wright has to offer.
Fine, but don't take too long. I've got a match to play on FIFA.
Anyway, according to Oliver's testimony, he said he passed out sleeping for 10 minutes after he drank his drink. When he woke up, he saw the charity box appeared in his hands. So, how would Oliver steal the charity box while he was asleep?
Order! Order! Witness, have you been lying in our testimony?
No! I certainly did not!
Well, do you have any evidence for this accusation, Wright?
Well,
Exactly.
Well, if there are no evidence for suspicion, I believe it'd be best if I...
Objection! Meager have proof.
What?
What?
Order! Order in the court! Stitch, what is the meaning of this?
Stitch has proof that Oliver did not steal the box.
Really?
Well, don't just stand there. Show the court your proof.
Right here, Your Honor. Stitch took this photo of Elliot putting a sleeping pill in a drink that Oliver drank.
Wait, you saw Mr. Giles put a sleeping pill in Oliver's drink?
But's not all. Here's one of Elliot Giles putting the charity box in Oliver's hands while he's asleep.
Impossible!
Witness, it seems that you've committed perjury. What do you have to say to explain this?
Okay, fine! I did it! I stole the charity money. I framed Oliver for all of this. But it was meant to be all on Ben. He's made my life a living nightmare with his pranks. I didn't think Oliver was gonna drink that squash.
But you still committed perjury, false incriminalization, and charity theft, and you will still be punished accordingly. But since we'll be raising money for children in need, I'll let the defendant decide a punishment for you.
Well, I think I've got an idea.
It's over, Elliot. Now that we know you were the one who stole the children in need money and framing Oliver, there's nowhere else to go from here. One more thing, Elliot Giles. Sorry, bro!
Well, despite the lack of evidence for this case, you really outdid yourself as always, Mr. Wright.
Well done, Wright. You did it again as always.
Thanks. Just doing my job.
And despite popping in uninvited, you did good yourself, Stitch.
Take it, Your Honor. Stitch did good.
Now then, I believe it is time I hand down my verdict. I hereby find the defendant, Oliver Pearson, Court is now adjourned.
What is this?
No! Oh my... no!
Get him!
Ah, Stitch ran out of water balloons.
Ha! Good!
Stitch has a better idea instead.
What's it doing? No! Don't you dare!
Take this, Elliot. Mi canala Krista!
No! No!
At least my day could get any worse. No!